Hi, this is a short overview of the changes in the student assessment document, ongoing achievement records for child nurses, child health. So here's an overview. We are changing your assessments to enable it to be easier for both you and your mentors, and we'll be introducing you to your new documentation in due course. So the key things that are happening. Currently have been assessed using competencies within 4 domains of the Nursing and Midwifery Council framework for education. Instead of doing the small component parts, we're going to actually do overviews of domains. So there are 4 domains, and each domain will have 3 forms of evidence. We're changing from a grading from 1 to 6 to using 0 to 100% to enable your mentor to have a better flexibility in making judgments about you. And the Pebble Pad will be updated to contain sections for you to store evidence for each domain. So the 4 domains are professional values, communication and interpersonal skills, nursing practice and decision making, and leadership, management and team working. You currently have been assessed under these domains now. It's just you've been assessed in the smallest component parts. All domains are to be assessed in each of the placements. So 3 forms of evidence is required for each domain, so that's 12 for each domain. As always, one is for direct observation, and the other one is to be a reflection with references and related to a third form of evidence. And so your third form of evidence can be gained from any of the list here, and these things you're familiar with. However, we've added service user report and wider patient engagement to allow you to utilise those pieces of evidence for reflection. So as I said, we're changing from 1 to 6 to 0 to 100. It reflects skills and knowledge, pertinent and values. Pertinent, that's the stage of the programme that you're on. For you, it's the year 3, which is gearing you up ready for registrant practice. You must achieve 40% to pass the domain. If you don't achieve 40%, then an action plan is to be drawn up ready for you to retake that domain within the next placement. However, if you're in your final placement and you don't pass the domain, then you're going to be required to take and undertake further placement time, which will be decided at the exam board, and your domain will be capped at 40%. And as always, there's only 2 attempts at practice. So here's the grading grid that we're asking our mentors to use, and for yourself when you do your self-evaluation. It's about expectations, the expectation that they have of a year 3 student, using the grade rating here. So to pass, you need to get, your mentor can award you around somewhere in 40%. They can say that you're 42, 45, 48%, and similarly across the way. It's about safe and evidence-based practice, and it's about being demonstrated. Here's the first domain, professional values. None of these things are alien to you, and these are the competency statements. It's just we want you to be assessed in all of them, in all of the placements. When we've been piloting this OARS assessment, mentors have found it quite easier and user-friendly to use, and it does allow you to demonstrate a broad range of things, and it allows the mentor to assess you across that whole domain. Domain 2 is communication and interpersonal skills, and again, having a look at these, you're expected to demonstrate this in every placement. You may find, and it's expected, that you may have a lower grade in the first placement with the aim to getting a higher grade in subsequent placement through your action plans. Again, practice and decision making. Quite a range of things. Of course, when you get your actual OARS document, you'll be able to have a look at this in more detail. And again, leadership, management and team working. So it's no different. You're going to do a plan. You're going to do a plan of what you want to achieve, and in that plan you're going to look at what meets the domain, but anything that's relevant to that practice area that might fit in quite nicely as an objective to achieve. You're to score yourself at formative, as you do now, and the mentor will give you their view on where they think you are on the 0 to 100% continuum. And as with the summative assessment, each domain the mentor will say evidence they've seen and will award an overall grade for that domain. Those will be added up and divided by 4 to give an overall score percentage for that placement, and it gets repeated in placement 2. At the end of the year, your personal tutor makes their final statement and their final confirmation ready to go to the NMC for you to be registered. If you don't achieve a domain, then a plan will be drawn up ready for you to achieve that domain in the second placement. If you're referred in more than one domain, then there will be discussions had with you and the program lead, and decide whether or not formal fitness practice needs to take place or a good strong action plan to take forward. So your personal tutor, the program lead, there's more information on Pebble Pad, and program administration can signpost you. You will be receiving a session when you're being prepared for Year 3 practice where this can be gone into more detail. This is more a recap for you to revisit. We wish you all the best at achieving registration at the end of your 3rd year. I'm Adele Kane, Associate Head of School for Practice Learning.